Hey, what's going on, people? What's going on, people? Wait a couple minutes for people to get in here. Can you hear me? Somebody let me know if you can hear me. What's up, Mike? Can you hear me? I'm trying to figure out how to use this mic. Okay. Give me a second. All right. Let's see if some more people join. Give them a minute. All right, I'll get started. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? V8's happening. What's going on? So yeah, I wanted to talk about a couple things tonight. Basically an open forum. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But hey Marlene, how you doing? TJIF, I agree. But yeah, I want to get into a couple things tonight, man. First of all, that song right there was by my man OT the Real. I hung out with OT a couple times. I know him. Actually know a dude that he was beefing with, rapper named Space or whatever. We were a part of, getting that situation squashed or whatever. So that's my man. I don't know if you're from Philly, you might know OT the Real, rapper out of Kensington. He's from Massachusetts, but OT's the real deal. But yeah, tonight I wanted to talk about what you're going to go through if you go to court. If you, God forbid, get locked up, things like that. So we're going to go from arrest all the way to sentencing. All right, so what's up, Randy? So yeah, I want to talk about from arrest, the process all the way through sentencing to let you guys know, what goes on and things like that. And God forbid what to expect, what to do, what not to do. In my opinion, I'm no lawyer. All right, but let's ride on this. So let's say you get caught up for a DUI, coming home from a bar on a Friday night, and you got a little coke on you, little powder, right? So you get pulled over. Of course, I always tell everybody, number one, when you get pulled over, if you're not gonna take the cops on a chase, just cooperate. I mean, because you start here when you get pulled over and you're about to get caught what you're about to get caught with. But taking it to a different level by resisting and things like that, that's only going to make the situation worse. So all you can do is gain more charges, right? So, okay, you get pulled over, they search your car, they see you're drunk, things like that. Now what they're going to do is they're going to find the white. They're going to see you're drunk, do the test, lock you up. All right. Now you're locked up. So you go to whatever district is in your area, closest police station. Now I'm going to speak from Philly. You're going to be in there for up to 3 days. They can legally hold you up to 3 days, 72 hours. That's their legal right. They have that window of time to arraign you. So you're going to go in front of a judge, and depending on your prior history, you're either going to get ROR, which is recognizing, it's been so long since I got ROR, released on own recognizance. That's what it is, right? So you're basically promising that you're going to come to court. But let's say it's your fifth offense. You've been locked up 5 times, right? So what's going to happen is you're going to get a bail. And let's say you can't meet that bail. So you can't meet the bail. You're calling everybody. You only get one phone call at the district. And a lot of times they do these, depending on when you get locked up. Say it's a Friday night, you might not get that phone call till 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, unless somebody suspects you've been locked up and is waiting on a phone call from you, you're not going to get nobody at 4 o'clock in the morning for bail. So, like I said, you wasted the 72 hours. You might be on your, 60th hour. They're taking your ass to the county jail. They're taking your ass to CFCF. Now, when you get to CFCF, you're going through strip searches. When you come in the door, you hand over your property, things like that. Then you go from cell to cell to cell to cell. And I'm going to read you guys' comments afterwards. I just want to go through this real quick for you guys. So you're going to go from cell to cell to cell to cell until you eventually end up in medical. Now, medical, like I said in my last video, if you've seen it, they take blood, they take urine, things like that. Now you're in the jail. You're booked into the jail. You go upstairs into the intake block, what we call it, quarantine block, because they got to make sure your TB shot comes back. They got to make sure all your blood tests were clean to put you in general population. So you got to wait that period out. Some dudes stay in there for 30 days. I couldn't, I would be stabbing myself with a dull toothbrush, but that's neither here nor there. It's miserable. No food, no nothing. So you can finally get on the phone, call, try about bail. Well, let's say you can't get bail. You're stuck in there, right? All right. So you'll have a court date from when the time you've seen the judge about bail. So you'll do your time up until that court date. Now, what'll happen is on court day, they'll come to your cell, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was always wide awake. I couldn't sleep before court for nothing. Not basically because I was stressing, just basically like, if you have like a big job interview in the morning, like I've always had a hard time sleeping in those situations too. Like, so it's not just like the stress of going to court or anything like that, especially if you got some bids under your belt. So you're going to go to court. And like I said, depending on your record, you're going to see your public pretender if you have one. We're going to say you have a public pretender, right? Because most of the times I did. So you're going to go in front of your public pretender before you're supposed to go into court. And he's going to say, listen, these are your charges. This is the minimum maximum of what you can get. I believe I can get you a deal somewhere in the middle. So you say to him, like, there's no way we can fight this. Like, there's no way you want to fight this case. I got no strategy whatsoever. See, what they are is DAs in disguise. Everybody knows this. They're DAs in disguise. So, they're trying to make a deal, to get on the good side of the DA. And down the line, they can get a real good deal for their client, maybe two, and then become a real lawyer because they got a little bit of reputation getting an off-the-wall deal. It'll look like a good deal to the people who are hiring them, but it's not a good deal, So anyway, so you turn that down. Let's say, nah, man, I want to fight this. And he's advising you, okay, well, but and you got a public pretender. So you already know you're up against it. But you're not trying to take this all the way to trial. Because the more time you spend in jail, let's say they offer you the first deal is a 2 to 4, right? So you say, 2 to 4. All right, I'm going to rock out until my next court date, and then we'll see what it is then. Then if you go back and they drop that deal to, let's say, 1.5 to 3 years. They're dropping the deal. They must not have much on me. Okay. Nah, you know what? I don't want that. I want to go to trial. Now, what people don't understand is the city don't want to take it to trial. You got certain DAs with a certain conviction rate. Like when I was in Bucks County, like I'm all about fighting cases. I used to be all about fighting cases. But when I went up to Bucks County, they told me they had a 98% conviction rate. Now, I don't know if that was, just talk to try to scare you into taking a deal like you can't beat these people. Bullshit. the feds get beat sometimes, you know. So, you know, so they try to scare you with the conviction percentage and things like that. But if you stand true, you can walk out of there with probation. Okay, cool. So the public pretender will come to you that day. They're offering you 3 years probation, and you want to get out so bad because the conditions are so terrifying and horrible that you're like, you know what? I'll take that. You snatch his arm off with that deal. So what will happen now is you'll go in front of the judge, and they'll go through the whole thing. You know, you're being sentenced to 3 years probation. I swear to you, if you violate this probation, you're going straight upstate, which sometimes could be true, sometimes not, based on the charges you got. You know, so you go there. I'm going to take the deal, Your Honor. You know, also you plead guilty to these charges, and he reads off all the facts. Yes, I'm guilty, this and that. So then after court, you'll get assigned, you'll go back to the jail and you'll get assigned a PO. So you'll get released that night, most likely. They got 3 days to release you. And you get your PO, who is a hawk and always looking to get you locked up. That's just a fact. You know, like their job is to put you back in jail, not rehabilitate you. You know, they don't help with jobs. They don't help with anything like that. They don't help you get into treatment facilities, excuse me. They don't help with anything, right? So basically, all you're trying to do is keep your nose clean for those 3 years until you can, you know, get back on your feet and hopefully not commit another crime. But, you know, I mean, they play dirty tactics too. At the end, I mean, I've seen people 3 weeks, a month away, never been drug tested, never been nothing. They call you in for a random drug test. They're fishing at that point. They're hoping that you took something or did something. Yeah, just fix my camera real quick. They're hoping that you did something drug wise or whatever, so they can bang keep you in the system, even though you were that close. I've seen people that couldn't pay off their fines by the end of probation, and they get sentenced to 30 days in jail because that's a technical violation. You know, so it's tactics like that that keep people coming back. You know, and that's the argument these days of should jails be privately owned or governmentally owned by the government? Me personally, I believe they should be privately owned. You know, because that way the people who own the prison can set their own rules. They could decide what to feed you for chow. Sometimes, a lot of times, the conditions could be better. But if you're in a government-owned facility or a state-owned facility, you're thrown to the wolves. Like you gotta deal with the best that they got to offer. You know, so I always believe that, you know, private prisons are the way to go. And they're trying to get rid of a lot of privatized prisons, you know, because the government wants to run everything. You know, when a prison is private, they don't make no money off it, or they might get a percentage or whatever, things like that. That I don't know, but they want everything government run. You know, so let me get into some comments here. Good subject. Yeah, you know, I just want to keep people informed on, you know, what the process is and the shit you got to go through. Yep, don't be cocky. Yeah, when you get pulled over, no, definitely not. You know, it can only go bad from there. I mean, you see so many incidents, you know, that probably could have been avoided just with a little cooperation. I mean, like I said in another video, like real convicts and like, you know, criminals and shit. I'm not saying it's good, but one thing they do know is how to act. You know, they don't cause fights. They don't start reaching for, you know, the cops taser and things like that. You got 'em, you know, and that's the best way to go in. Let me see here. One of the best stories. Oh, I appreciate that, Randy, man. I appreciate that very much. In a minute, I want to talk to you guys about the memberships that I got up. I want to explain in detail what's going on. A lot of people just throw up memberships and say join, but I wanna make sure you guys know what I got going on. My favorite new channel. Oh man, Yamabushi Nate. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Mine too, Randy. Thank you again. Fellow Buckeye, Ohio, huh? Ohio State. I bet you ain't happy about Michigan right now. All the Kenzo peeps never wanted to get arrested in Bucks back in the day. As far as back in the day, what do you mean? I first got locked up there in 2008. I know they treat Philly dudes like shit. You know, I've explained that before. They got something against Philly dudes. I don't know if they got a complex because like they're the suburbs and or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, even the COs. I walked onto an intake block one time, and the CO was like, "Man, you had to come up here and pull that shit up here." It was, I hate to say it now, but in the life I'm living now, but it was a robbery, you know. And he's like, "You got to pull that shit up here. Just stay in Philly with that bullshit." What happened to you interviewing? Happened to you interviewing the real Jones that hold their men down while knocked? Well, what happened with that is, I wanted my girl to come on, and she just does not want to get on camera. So I'm gonna put a post out there to anybody, any woman that's been locked up, what it was like for you handling kids if you had kids. I would really love to broach that subject because that's not a subject I see a lot. And I think it's really important, you know, to highlight what women go through. I mean, if you can get a man to realize what his woman is going through, hopefully it would deter him a little bit. You know what I mean? From, at least slowing down to get their perspective. But I'm still looking. You know, yeah, I'm gonna do a community post. If anyone's interested in doing that, you know, we'll set it up. 90s, early 2000s. Okay, yeah. So I went on 2008. I don't know if you count that as early 2000s, but yeah. One thing I can say about Bucks County though, man, like the food and the food's great. I mean, it's really close to street food. I ain't gonna lie, and it's clean as hell. It's really clean. Like they got shiny ass floors, like just really clean. I mean, compared to State Road in Philly, it's just really clean. Real King of Possum, what's up, brother? I live less than 3 miles from the Ohio Michigan line. I'm not a football fan, period, but I for real don't like Buckeye fans. Okay. Yeah, some a lot of fan bases are annoying. I mean, a lot of people hate Eagles fans, because or like obnoxious and some people say and shit like that. But you love your team, that's what happens. Yeah, we take it overboard sometimes. Hey, we do too, man. We do too. Eagles fans. We absolutely do. We absolutely do. Let me just make sure I didn't miss a comment. Loud and clear. All right, cool. So the next thing I want to talk about, like if something happens and you're out and you get caught with some kind of narcotics, right? Now, a lot of people that deal also use, okay? Um, and I tell people as a peer recovery specialist, like I even tell them in groups, like, listen, if you get caught with something, you always want to tell them it's personal use. I mean, there's a limit to where you can't say personal use. Like, you get caught with 30 keys, unless you're Tony Montana, that's not personal use. But you always want to tell them personal use to where like even if you weren't using, they'll send you to a treatment program. And then hopefully after being in there, you can see what people go through on drugs and the aftermath and how they destroy their lives. Hopefully, it would make you, second guess maybe drug deal, like I did. Like I really realized, especially being from Kensington, Philadelphia, like I really realized what it was doing to people, man. And I seen it my whole life, and I didn't want to put anybody through that no more. You know what I'm saying? Big Kenzo been enjoying the content, man. Keep it coming. Oh, I definitely will. Yeah, I'm gonna start dedicating more time into my and energy and resources into my channel. So that's what I want to talk about. So I've been cleared for memberships and things like that. This isn't a sales pitch or anything like that. I just want to tell you, what's going on. I believe for $3.99 a month, you could check out the perks. But one thing I really want to do is get to the heart of people. I really want to, you know, if anyone has any problems out there, that I can help with as far as advice and things like that. Like as far as like if you got a slight drug problem, I know it's not but that's my end goal is to get close to people and really try to show them a way out. Just like I do in my groups. I do groups 10 times a month. 10 days out of the month. I do groups, and it's really important to me that people get clean. It's really important to me that people stay out of jail. Like other people say it, I really mean it, man. Like I've wasted so much time with my daughter, wasted so much time with my fiance. I wasted so much time of my life dealing with this bullshit. And if I can help one person stop from going down that road, if I can catch somebody early or even in the middle of it, it doesn't matter. That's what it's all about. You know the the little symbols when you chat on here. That's great. But at the end of the day, it's about like making personal videos just for members only. Like that way I can really get into talking about the things I want to talk about. Like, you guys make a suggestion on a video and I'll be happy to do it. If it's within my wherewithal and I have an opinion or experience on the topic, I want to do things like that. So that's why I started turning on the membership option on YouTube. It's really the bottom line of it is to connect with you guys. Ever since I started this channel, honest to God, I might have got two or three negative comments, but for the most part, it's been great. You guys have been great, and I appreciate you guys so much, man. For watching my videos, and hopefully you take something from them, and just commenting. It keeps me going, because sometimes I get busy, got a busy schedule. That's why my last two videos haven't been doing that good because it's been so much time in between. I know it's all about consistency, but like, life gets heavy sometimes. But like that's what it's all about. I really appreciate everybody. I would rather my subscriber base be low and positive, you know. And I'm not the type of person that can't take criticism or anything like that. I'm talking about the troll shit. You know what I mean? Things like that. And people been asking me to make my videos longer. I definitely plan to. I definitely plan to. My thought process was like somebody new that they don't really know anymore. I didn't know if they wanted to sit through a 30-minute video. Maybe I'm wrong, but that was my thought process into getting like shorter videos out until I build a nice base and then go from there. Because like basically I'm not with the bullshit. I cut out all the bullshit. I get straight to the point, but I can get way more in depth. And I'm going to start because a lot of people have been asking for that. Let me check into some of these comments here. Distribution. Oh no. Oh wait. Hold on. They're as bad as Eagles fan. Oh really? I didn't think anybody was bad as us. Distribution. Oh no. Yeah. You get hit major for that, and there ain't no personal use with that. I'm just playing, bro. No disrespect. I don't. Yeah, man. I don't take it. No disrespect, man. I don't take it that way at all. Especially if you need a methadone program or subs. Well, that's what I deal with, a Suboxone program. And a lot of people say you're not clean if you're on Suboxone, things like that. I'm not a believer in that. I'm not a believer in that. People aren't dying off Suboxones. People, you know, they're not, they're not robbing their mother while they're on Suboxones. I absolutely consider that as clean or steps on the way to getting clean, but you're getting cleaner with each step. You know what I mean? I was on Suboxones for 6 years. You know, that's how long it took me to be ready. And that's where I'm at. Or alcohol. Yeah, I heard alcohol is the worst. Sup, Kenzo? Checking in from Minneapolis. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Good to see you here. I truly believe you. No, yeah, those are my intentions, man. Let me see here. I was addicted for 10 years, been clean for 6. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm happy for you, man. I bet life's better now than it was. And that's the message I want to get out, man. There's truly light on the other side. Uh, so much light, and the grass is definitely greener on the other side, man. That's what I want to get out to people. I want to keep people out of jail and keep people clean and keep people moving forward. And there's a lot of money to be made for clean people, because the cleaner you are, the clearer you think. And when you're not bogging yourself down every single day with worrying about where I'm going to get the next this and that, you really start to think about what's important. Life is about helping others, not being selfish. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I was selfish for a lot of part of my life. It was all about me and this and that. Like I wouldn't even think about, sometimes like my girlfriend, now fiance or whatever. Like it was just about me, and that was a part of the equation to getting me clean. We appreciate good content. Well, I hope I'm giving you that. What's good in the Kenzo hood? Bro, you don't want to know, man. I'll tell you this, man. Like I'm sure a lot of you guys seen YouTube videos about what's going on in Kensington. Um, it's worse than I've ever seen. Hold on one second. Yamabushi Nate, man, thank you very much. Don't have any jail experience, but I love just hearing the stories. Some of them are wild. Good lessons to learn as well. Yeah, you can learn lessons and hopefully every video, no matter who makes it, unless they're an absolute clown. And there's some of them out there that just are absolute clowns. Like, I wouldn't listen to a word they say. But you can even pull shit from those type of dudes. You just got to listen very carefully. But I appreciate thank you very much for the super chat. So about Kensington, man. Like I said, it's worse than I've ever seen. Growing up as a kid, you know, I didn't realize why there was needles all over the ground. I didn't realize why, you know, people were getting shot and people, standing there, because like as a kid, you couldn't even walk past like the train station entrance without people saying they got 4 different things, yelling it out and open. I mean, I think you guys should check out a documentary. I might do a reaction on it as soon as I figure out how to do it. Called Philly Dope. It's crazy. I think the History Channel or National Geographic did it, but you need to check that out, man. It's always been that way, man, but it's just so much worse now. Yeah, man. I hope you manage to get at least one interview with a woman. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm still not done trying to get my girl to do it, because I wanted her to do it because I know I have an idea of what she went through just by what she told me, but I know there's things that, like, because my girl's like me. She don't really let out her feelings and let out her thoughts all the time. She keeps a lot of shit in. So I really want to get a woman's perspective on what it's like when your boyfriend, husband is locked up, and I will do that. No, I am clean, and I'm on 20 milligrams of methadone for a long time. See, that's good because that's not a lot. They don't have you by the balls being on that type of dose. I mean, I've heard of people being on 180 milligrams, things like that. It's just insane. You got a Cash App? Yeah, I do. Yeah, Kenzo Rome. Um, Shout out to Yamabashi Nate for absolutely, man. That was very generous. I appreciate that. Somerset Station is dude, dude. I don't know if any of you guys watched The Wire, but Somerset used to be like Amsterdam. Just insanity, dude. Like just insanity. Like, when I had to take the train, like if my car was out or whatever, like I would not get off that station with my daughter. Like it's like the Wild West out there. It truly is. It truly is, man. It truly is. But yeah, I got a video dropping tomorrow about how this guy I befriended who was a Marine, he came on the block and he you could tell he was in a rough patch out there. He was ripping and running, getting high, things like that. And I'm gonna tell you how he took over the block. And yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Dropping that tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm gonna duck up out of here. I appreciate everybody for coming on. Listen to me blabber on, but it's some things I just wanted to let you guys know. You know, hopefully, hopefully something sticks. And so yeah, look out for my video tomorrow, man. I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all you guys. I really do. You know, and until tomorrow, I'll be looking for. I appreciate it. But yeah, until tomorrow, this is Kenzo, State Road Show. And remember, it's cuffing season. Don't give them no fucking reason. I'm out.